So let's talk about Apex Legends, because I know we've all been playing that.
Yeah, let's talk about Apex Legends. What a fantastic...
I would, if you would have told me last year that I would think a Battle Royale game is early on contender for Game of the Year, I would have
said... If you would have told me that a week ago...
I would have said...
Dude, let me tell you what, man. I mean, look, I've played my share of PUBG and Fortnite and Blackout, for shows on Arsenal X, but like Apex Legends is the first Battle Royale game I want to learn, I want to get better at, and I want to win, right? Like it's the first time I'm actually like, wow, I feel like I can actually compete in this game. And, they have a medic, which makes me feel a lot better about playing it because, it has that Overwatch aspect to it. Gibraltar is cool. I pretty much main Lifeline. If I can be Lifeline, I'm going to be Lifeline. But, Gibraltar is cool. The soldier chick is cool.
Let's be real. All these characters are cool.
Yeah, I mean they're all really cool. But I'm just like I'm trying to like ease myself into playing other characters, and not being afraid to learn how to use them. Right. I think Mirage, the character that can like project himself everywhere. Like I think that's an interesting take on a hero character. Because like it got really confusing when Jesse and I were playing this weekend. His ultimate.
If you're not Mirage and he uses his ultimate, it's fucking annoying.
Yeah. Well, we got tricked and we died. That's all I can say. And then the character that does all the toxic kind of smoke stuff,
Caustic.
Yeah, that character in closed spaces is terrifying.
Yeah.
We went in as a team of 3 and he was the only one in there and he popped his super and we all died because the smoke can't see. And then like, he's kind of protected from it because it's his smoke and he just took us all out, man. It was rough.
Right. It's Bangalore with passive damage.
Yeah.
Like, this game is amazing.
Yeah, it's cool, and the guns feel cool, and like sliding down a hill real fast is like just a nice little feature. And you know what I like? This it feels like they looked at all these battle royale games and like, what are they missing? The ping system has been a lifesaver on multiple occasions playing this, because like not only can you ping weapons or places where, hey, let's head over there, but like you can ping enemies and the indicator turns red. You can ping shields and they turn up green. Like just smart little touches like that. And even at the beginning of the match, when you jump out of the whatever you jump out of, and your whole team sticks together.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah, I mean you can break off if you want to, but like you have to choose that option to break off from your team, right? And just so your team sticks together. What a smart concept that was. So, I mean, Apex Legends is awesome. Like, honestly, I'm probably going to play a lot after we're done here because that game is really cool.
Shooting's really good. Character skills are good. I think just like the learning curve. There's a learning curve as in like, how do I heal? How do I do this? How do I, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, this game made me re-download Titanfall 2 because I want to finish that campaign.
That's a good move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because now that I kind of like know what the weapons are, I can be like, yeah, let's go. Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2, by the way, great game in and of itself.
Fucking good. Yeah.
Turns out Respawn knows how to make a great first-person shooter.
Yeah. They are underrated. I feel the movement is smooth. The aim down sights is good. The control of the weapons are good. I still feel like they could do a better job of spawning a little bit more guns. Like I run around for like 2 minutes with no weapon, and it's like that's ridiculous. If I go into a building, like at least give me a weapon. Don't just give me like, oh hey, here's a shield boost. Oh, so I can take damage and heal myself just for the guy to kill me, after I run out. Like I think they need to have they need to have better spawn rates for their weapons. But other than that, I think it's cool. Like it's cool how they have like tiered armor. They have tiered guns, or they have tiered add-ons to your guns, like attachments.
Yeah.
So I watched a video that our buddy Cezanne posted where he had, so the devotion was it's a really good light machine gun. The only thing is it takes a while for it to rev up before it starts firing. But once it starts firing, it annihilates. Well, there's a gold level perk that you can pop on there, and the rev up time is like cut like down to nothing. So you're basically like just destroying people. And so, and it's funny because I saw that on his video today. I came home and played it, and I found that I didn't have the devotion, but I found the attachment, and I'm like, well, fuck you. I was like, I want the devotion. But guns are pretty cool. Shields are pretty cool. Like I got in a fight with a guy, and I had like a pistol and a shotgun, and I wasn't gonna hit him, and I was playing the soldier. I was like, F this, I'm not gonna win, because he was playing Gibraltar, the guy with the shield. And I broke his shield from him, but he was starting to do more damage to me than I was to him. I just popped the soldier's smoke grenades, shot him over him so that they exploded on him, and then I just took it. I booked it and got away from him, because I was like, this is just insanity. I'm not going to win this because he's far away, and I don't know where he is, So like, as far as in the smoke, like as soon as I pop the smoke, I'm like, I'm not going to find him in the smoke, so I'm gone, know. But it was pretty cool using it as a escape plan. But I've used there's the robot that has the grappling hook. And then also you can actually drop a zip line from like anywhere, and so like as long as the wall is blue to what you're hitting it to, you can pretty much hit it to and zip line. Because I think you and maybe me, Captain Canada, me and Dom were playing that, and they were like, "We got to get moving. We're outside the circle," and I'm just like, "Y'all motherfuckers haven't played Battle Royale before, have you?" Like. You got time. I didn't say that to him, but I was running to another building a little bit further away from the circle, getting some stuff. And then like I saw them moving, and I'm like, oh, well, I'll just hit a zip line into that rock wall and meet up with them. And right when I did that, they got into an engagement with people, and I was able to drop behind the people and get some shots off, but obviously my pistol was not going to do damage compared to their shotgun, and so they wrecked me. I was like, damn it. I was like, that's when you wish like they had better gun placement, you know what I mean? Like just anything better, and then I would have been able to like drop back behind them and annihilate them. I think the shield that you can use when you're downed.
Oh, that's good.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you can protect yourself, and maybe your teammate can take out the guy trying to hit you and then revive you. I think also the respawn thing is awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
None of us have mentioned that.
Yeah, it's a risk reward thing where like if you guys haven't played it, like you take your dead teammate's banner and you have to take it to this little kiosk thing, and you can revive a teammate if they're out, and that's a cool little. That's just a cool little addition, that I mean, it's a big risk reward thing like that. There's always people around that kiosk, like making sure that people don't revive their teammates. But like, if you can get there, that could be a game changer for your team.
Well, it's also like sometimes it's not too risky because like you might be off like in a far corner, because like a lot of people tend to drop, and then like the circle will appear like at the top. So they're like all coming in at the bottom part of the circle, and you might be at the top part. And if you took on a squad, you're still good running to. And it's the bank. It's the freaking bank from the bounty mode in Titanfall 2, which is hilarious. But I think that is a great addition to the game. And like I said, the shooting's cool. And then there's the one cool thing is the drop ship, like the supply ship that flies around the map, and you can actually go to that ship, but you have better be quick, and you better find a pistol, because like a lot of people tend to drop there, and if they find the weapon first, you're toast. So like
the first time I played, and I'm sorry to interrupt, but I have to share this.
I'm done.
No. I dropped onto that, but it was after it had been out for a couple of days, so everybody was dropping onto that. None of us picked up a weapon. There were like 15 people on this thing, and it turned into a Royal Rumble of trying to just punch people. And
That's
this is why I love that there's no fall damage. Well, I both love and hate it because I punched a couple of people off of the drop ship and they didn't die, of course, because you don't take fall damage. But then when I got punched, I was like, oh no! And then I landed. I'm like, oh, okay, I can just keep going.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I just wanted to interject with that. Continue.
No, I was actually done. Like,
Oh, okay.
I mean, that happened to me when we were dropping today. I picked the supply ship, and I got a gun and only had like 3 rounds though. And so this guy was trying to punch me, and then my teammate got a gun and downed that person, and then like the other person's teammate started firing at them, and so she like punched him off or something, and then I was down on like the legs or the part of the ship in between the main platform and like the boosters, dying. So my teammate came down, healed me, and then we just fell because the ship after a certain point, like it just like
it lands.
No, like it just basically just like disappears, and so like it was basically like we were stuck as it was like going underneath us to like despawn, and we were gonna drop anyways. So
does it despawn? I thought it lands because I've seen it on the ground.
Maybe it does land, or I don't know what was going on with it, but we were not moving with it. So like like we were stuck in midair as she was trying to heal me, and the ship just kept like going. And I wonder if it might be because she was trying to heal me off the main platform. It was kind of like a bug or something, but. So it was pretty funny.
Might have been like
it's a great game. Pick it up if you love Titanfall.
It's free.
It's free. Nab it, and it is pay to play, or not pay to play. It's free to play. Yeah. But I wanted to say it's not pay to win. So like they have 2 characters locked behind a paywall. You can earn in-game currency to unlock them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you're an EA Access or Origin Access member, you get enough points like. Whatever that gold currency is, you get enough to unlock one right away.
Cool.
So
I did find that like I have enough fun with the 6 of the 8 characters that are free, so I have no need to like buy them. Now I might actually buy them and throw some support respawns way.
That's the only reason. That's the only reason
I would buy them. Like I would buy that currency. I would not buy it. Like the skins are cool and stuff, but you earn your skins through your Apex packs, and there's some fun there. So I just feel, and like it's crazy how small the map looks when you're in the plane ready to jump, and then when you just get down on the ground, it's like, holy shit, this thing's freaking huge. You know what I mean? Like the map is huge. I feel it plays really well. I don't know if you guys, I didn't experience any slowdown. I'm on a PS4 Pro, didn't experience any slowdown.
I've played it on both, and I haven't nothing.
Yeah, like it plays really smooth. Like,
really smooth. Yeah, I haven't had any issues.
The only time I noticed any slowdown, and I don't know why this was, but I was actually in a party with Chris Haar and Paul Linga yesterday morning, and I noticed some rubber banding. But I also think that could be just we're all just spread out. So
yeah, I mean it could be that.
But one thing I will share that Paul came up with that actually worked really well for the 3 of us is if you're dropping with a team, like spread off. If you're going to pick an area, like spread off, like right before you land, and each of you go to like a different building, probably find more guns that way. Because usually if you're all just running into the same place, one of you is going to get the gun.
Yeah.
Well, I automatically like try and run away from my teammates to like a building. So like I'll see where we drop, and I immediately start running towards something. Because like I agree with you, because like you're just gonna be going up through something, and like some buildings obviously are bigger than others, and you'll find like more helmets and more chest piece armor, and that way you could just point them out as you're running by them because you already have it, and you're looking for like another weapon. And like I try and pick up like everything I can. Like it's a little bit different than Blackout, because like I feel in Blackout like you can pick up ammo and just keep picking up ammo as you go to like steal this. Like basically I try and do a scorched earth policy. Like I try and leave nothing behind. for like anybody that would be coming in behind me to like take and use against me. So like I use weapons, like I grab stuff like that, and so like I highly recommend just picking that stuff up as you go. But like in this one, like for Blackout, I recommend that. But like for Apex, you don't want to you only want to carry the ammo for the 2 guns you got on you, and that's it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like that's all you're looking for, and that's all you want to grab. Like I found a pretty cool spot to drop today, which I like to drop on because like you get into the main area and it's tanks, and underneath the tanks are like little like you know what I mean, like drop areas, and there's like nothing but guns and armor under there. So like you can be like, oh, I don't want a sniper rifle, I'll take the flatline, and I'll take the devotion, and I'll be running around with that. And so like I like dropping in that area, like it's pretty cool. So it's
I thought of a few that are like high tier loot. So
yeah, that's good.
Depending on like what the path of the dropship is, but this game is so good.
Yeah, it's definitely a surprise to me, to be sure, because like Battle Royale, like I enjoy them, but I'm not like itching to play them until now, you know.
Yeah. So you're saying it's a surprise that you actually your enjoyment of it is a surprise, not that it's actually good.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean like I enjoy playing Blackout and, you know, Fortnite and PUBG, but like this is the game I want to get better at and keep playing, you know. So
because I mean, like when they said Respawn was putting out a Battle Royale mode game, I was like, what? I'm like, that's going to be awesome, you know. And it was like, it was rumored to be like, it was not it was it was like last weekend.
Yeah, it like leaked
Saturday, I think.
Yeah, it was like Saturday, and I was like, what's going on? And I was like reading the tweets and stuff like that, and I'm like, a pilot only mode. I'm like, that'd be awesome. I love pilot versus pilots. I loved, I think it was like Fire Strike or something like that. The one where it's like capture the flag, but it's like 30 seconds. Like you have 30 seconds to capture the flag or something. And it was like just a rate. And like once you were dead, you were dead. So like they had some really cool modes for the pilots in Titanfall 2, the PV or the competitive, you know, the multiplayer. So I was like, if it's going to be more like that, like sign me up. Like, I don't even care if it's Battle Royale, you know, like give me guns from that game. And they pretty much all of them do that. Like all of them like, you know, you got the grappling hook, you got the one chick can disappear. Like there's some added stuff. Like the smoke screen wasn't in the first game that I know of. There's probably smoke grenades, but anyways, it's really cool.
Well, when I saw this breaking, like I wasn't sure what was going on because everyone was saying like I saw a tweet from like Jeff Keighley saying "R.I.P. Titans" or whatever, and he had the Titans from Titanfall. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Respawn didn't just close, did they? And then they're like, Respawn's doing like a Battle Royale game. I'm like, wait, a Battle Royale Titanfall?
Nah.
And then when I figured out what it was and I saw like a reveal trailer, I'm like, so what is this? And then I'm like, okay, it's free. I'll download it and play it because this time around I want to play it at the beginning, not come to it the next year. So I'm sitting here going, man, I should have played this shit last year.
Yeah.
But everybody getting mad that this what I did like is everybody was mad that this wasn't Titanfall 3, and then when they played it, they're like, this isn't bad that it's not Titanfall 3.
Yeah, and I think it's because it's the people that love Titanfall 3 or Titanfall in general, like myself, and love Titanfall 2 that wants a Titanfall 3. And then I would personally, when I heard about it and heard there were no Titans, and I was like, okay, fine, whatever, that's cool. I still want to play it, because it's a shooter from Respawn. Like I was like, that's fine with me. I'm a little disappointed. And then they came out and actually stated that there's going to be something going on in the Titanfall universe coming later this year. So, this, or maybe not later this year, but there could be an announcement, or whatever. And I feel like this is kind of like Respawn going, all right, we got the green light on a Titanfall game, but it was kind of late in the life cycle. of this gen. How about we put it together a really good battle royale, put it out there, and that can be like what we do, what's out there while we go and develop the next Titanfall game for the next gen console. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that, because they're probably like, we could do so much more on next gen tech than what we can do on current gen, and then that way, give the fan base a lot more of what they want, or a better experience. So,
I think what's going to happen, because Respawn is owned by EA, right?
Yeah, sadly.
So I think what'll happen is EA will probably make sure they support the fuck out of this.
Yeah, because this is the only thing keeping EA's ship afloat now.
Because EA loves microtransactions.
Yeah,
they do.
Yeah,
okay.
Newsflash. Newsflash. EA likes money, and then they have one of their studios that put out a very good game full of microtransactions, all cosmetic, like Overwatch, whatever. But it's one of those that I think a lot of people will throw money at. So I feel like Respawn did themselves a solid, because now they're working on a Star Wars game, and they've basically created an influx of money, which will probably get them more Titanfall stuff.
I think since they developed it and created it and it's doing so well, I'm sure EA is not going to do this, but they should get the vast majority of it to help them develop their game. You know what I mean? Like, all of it should go to their resources.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure all of FIFA's microtransactions are going into more FIFA.
Going into the next FIFA, which is that's the logical way.
Yeah, that's
to do business.
I mean, that's the right way to do it.
The right way to do it. But, I mean, EA's out there blaming single player games for their lack of gains this year. Granted, their games are still selling. They're just not selling as well as they used to. So that's the problem. And that's the same thing Activision's going through, and Activision's getting poised to like
lay off a bunch of people.
Lay off a bunch of people, which is horseshit, because it's like, why are you paying like CEOs who don't do jack shit like a shit ton of fucking money? They're not really doing anything. So and then they get to keep their $15 million salary, and your developer who gets paid like not that. I mean, hey, how about your CEOs take like a 10% cut, a 15% cut, and you can actually give the money, keep those employees on, so they can keep making games and selling games. Yeah.
Well, the thing I'm really sick of is, and I'm gonna go on I'm not gonna go on a rant, but I'm just gonna paint a picture. There are a lot of folks in games coverage that are saying, they're talking like how there's a big movement to unionize the games industry, which I agree with, because game development and making movies or media, a lot of that is very similar, and making movies or TV, all of those have unions, so those people working in those industries are taken care of, and I feel like that's a good thing, and I feel like games should have that. Now there have been a few people on Twitter, especially the past weekend, saying, oh well, here's how unions work in other industries, and there are still people making massive amount of money at the top, so why is this a problem when Activision is going to lay off all those people? Well, here's the thing. Those people, I don't know what those people's benefits packages are, and I don't know what the wage gap is, and the unionization helps protect that. Now, unionization isn't going to eliminate CEOs getting paid $15 million a year for whatever they do. I'm not gonna, I know that responsibility is a tiered thing at corporations, but like, if with a union situation, if you're getting laid off at one place, chances are that union can help get you into another.
Right.
And that is why unionization is in theory a good thing. I have some thoughts about why unionization is bad too, because I've seen it. But I'm not going to go into that.
Well, I mean, it's also like whatchamacallit, Telltale going out of business and all no severance packages.
Well, they had no warning.
CEOs kept all their money.
Of course.
Higher ups kept all their money. Shareholders kept all their money. And then like the people that worked for the games had no warning and were just dropped in a heartbeat. And, unionization will help in that situation where it's like, okay, well, no, like you need to give them a severance package. They need to have something to keep them afloat because they're putting their blood, sweat, and tears into this game for you, and it's ridiculous. It's all in my personal opinion, it's all going to eventually implode. Like EA and Ubisoft are all going to get to a point where something's going to happen and they're just going to start getting shut down because the stockholders are going to be like, how can I make money off this? Okay, well, we're going to sell you. We're just going to close you up and we're going to sell the assets and get the money out of you what I can and call it a day because they've set themselves up for failure because, it's like it just keeps going. In capitalism, you're like your goal, it's not just, hey, let's make money and we're fine. The problem is the shareholders want more and more and more. And so it's like you can't just make money that year. You can't just sustain. You have to make more than last year, this year, and next year you have to do better. Like that's the problem with the system and the structure. And I mean when you look at like the oil companies, making like, oh, they're at a 1.5 billion loss this year, and it's like, but they, what would they make? They made $4.5 billion. Okay, that's still a profit of $4.5 billion. You know what I mean? Like there's
still made $4.5 billion.
You want to talk a loss? Let's get in the actual red. Like they made no money that year. That's when it's an actual loss. You know what I mean? And that's the problem. So it's just going to get worse and worse. And we're the ones, gamers are going to be the ones that are going to suffer until, that's why I'm glad there's indies out there. You can always buy a really good indie and still have good entertainment, and the cream will rise to the top.
Yep.
But
that's and I mean, that's a reason I like indie games, just because I know it's going to people rather than faceless entities. Give or take, some situations. So we talked Apex, we talked Division 2, the beta. What else you guys got going on? You guys good?
That's about it.
Anything on your minds?
I'm just waiting for Friday.
Yeah.
It's
already been that week for you.
No. I was just gonna say to the listeners and y'all, not because it's been that week for me, but just because Far Cry New Dawn comes out on Friday.
Oh shit!
That's what I'm excited about.
So does Metro, Anthem, and Crackdown 3.
Anthem comes out for early access. Anthem doesn't come out till next week.
I know, but
unless you broke out the freaking like.
Oh my God, that chart is not that confusing. If you can't understand it, you're a fucking moron.
Whoa.
It's making fun.
What chart?
There's a chart out
Everybody's going crazy over this stupid chart about when you can play Anthem, and everyone's like, oh, it's like building a rocket. I don't understand it. Is this an
It's not. I'm not saying it's
okay.
I'm
making fun of the internet. I know.
I'm just saying it's fucking ridiculous that you have to have. It's not just like, okay, early access is a week early. Origins on Xbox is like 3 days. Like, it's not just that. It's like, if you buy this edition, you get it this time. If you buy this edition, it's like broke it down to where you're like, games just used to have a release date. Just release it on the fucking day it comes out. Like,
what the chart is, though, is like they had this chart that said, like, when you could play the demo and then the release date for the game, right? And it broke down when, like, if you're an EA Access or Origins Access member, you get to play the demo on this date. If you don't, you get to play the demo on this date. And then if you're an EA Access member, you get to play the game on this day. Or if you just pre-order the game, you get to play the game a week later. And people were like freaking out about it. And it's like, dude, come on. They're just providing you information.
But see, also we live in times where it's
People
easy.
won't be pissed about anything.
I mean, that's sensationalist bullshit.
When the Aladdin trailer dropped and everybody's freaking out about Will Smith being a blue genie, it's like when
what did you expect?
When Entertainment Weekly put out that spread on Aladdin last year, you guys were all freaking out that he wasn't blue, and now that he's blue, you're freaking out.
Yeah.
Jeez.
No, well, like I remember when Deus Ex, what was it? The most Mankind Divided. Everybody flipped out about the weird pre-order structure of that. And like, if you look, if anybody just looked at it and attempted to understand it, you could. But because people were they're bent out of shape about one aspect of it, they made the whole thing sound stupid. The chart that you guys are talking about, in my mind, isn't stupid, but the fact that you have to pay a certain amount to play it at a certain time, that is stupid. Rather than make it seem like rocket science, like, oh, I can't understand this chart, just say, like, hey, it's stupid that the people who are paying the most get to play at the earliest.
Yeah.
Like,
right,
just say that. Like,
I agree. Well, here's the other thing. It's like you'll get like a head start, but it's like, okay, well, whatever. Like, I'll just wait for the game to come out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Division 2. Like, I'll wait you know, till launch day. I mean, it's not like Anthem, which has EA Access, has its own store where you can play it like a week early. If you're a member of that, it's like, okay, whatever. I'll just play it at launch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, I'm fine with that. So it's just getting ridiculous. I mean, it is nice that Ubisoft, as far as I know, you know, like, it's nice that the first year DLC is free. Like, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't even have to, like, you know, worry about that. So it's going to be a while before any, not even casual, but just like any normal gamer hits a point where they're like, I've run out of things to do. I need them to release more stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they've gotten ahead of what they've learned from Division 1, and they got ahead of it and said, okay, here's all the great stuff we're putting in Division 2, a lot of the same stuff that was in 1, but here is our roadmap to keep you guys occupied, because I think it'll have more legs. Like Division 1 would have had more legs if at the end of the game you just didn't get to the Dark Zone and it was like, that's all it is. It's Dark Zone and people briefing people. And I understand that it's a PvP section, but it's like, it gets ridiculous to the point where like you're in with a gear score of like 250 and somebody's in with a gear score of like 290 and they're just wailing on you and whooping your ass. Like, that's unfair. Like, if the matchmaking was more fair and you were like more even keeled with the person that could go rogue, then I would, you know, then I'd be like, okay, that's fun. But when I got in there and like, it was just like, it was not fun. Like, people were just going rogue all the time and they had better gear because that's all they played. And I'm like, I don't want to just play this all the time.
Yeah.
You know?
That's,
and so you're just like, all right, I'm checking out. So now I think now their Dark Zones are different. They've got 2 PvE ones, and then they have one that's going to be just like the traditional Dark Zone, which I'm like, that's cool. I might hop in there. You never know. You know, once I get my PvE set, like I have my PvE set, I'll probably go after a PvP set and then just get in there and try and wreck shop or something or have some fun.
Yeah. Well, the one thing I noticed about Division 1, like they were the world tiers always there?
No, that was new. They added that like a year after launch. So yeah, the world tiers are nice too. That'll be cool if they add that in. If that's in Division 2 and you can just bump it up after a while, you know, because like I mean, I had to do World Tier 2 just to do a challenging mission, and then when I went into the Dark Zone, even on 2, like I didn't see any like other players to like shoot. So I feel like if you were to find a way to separate it that way, yeah.
Like, I mean, even if just so you don't have to memorize a whole bunch of different maps. I feel like that's a cool little idea, like where you just have this setting where you could say, yeah, put me in PvP or put me in PvE.
Or like I was saying, just like even a tiered gear system, like what's your gear level? okay, well, here are the levels that we can throw you into PvP. Oh, your gear score is at the bottom rung. Well, we're going to throw you in there. And even if you're at the bottom of that bottom tier, you're only working against those people instead of like the top tier and like everybody at max level. Like you can actually get around. You might still die and grief killed, but at least it's, you know, to the point where you can maybe hold your own. You might be able to get, by the end of the night, might be able to get 2 new pieces that are way better than what you had and start building your set and actually like work towards a goal instead of just spending 6 hours of your night like being shot to death by a rogue agent. And then they just do laps. Like come and they find you again and then they just kill you again. And it's just like at that point in time, you're just like, I don't want to play this anymore.
Yeah, it was the like what pushed me away. It was just like I go into the dark zone and I'm getting killed by the same guy.
Yeah, over and over, and you go to attack him and you can't even do anything against him.
That like
health at all, and you're like unloading on the guy while he's like, and he just shoots you like 3-round, 2-3 round bursts, and you're already down.
Yep,
like, it's insane, but. I think we're good on talking about video games. I think we're
I think we're ready for some questions.
Yeah, because you don't have very long.
I do not have very long, but that's okay. I enjoy talking.
I know we enjoy talking with you too. We just don't like you to be late to work.
Agreed.
I do. I like it when you're late to work.
Well, that's because you're a heartless bastard.
It's more fun for me.
Trying to get fired. I need to keep that job.
Yeah.
You used to be able to go out drinking with me when I come up and visit.
This is true.